Paul is such a hero of the faith, and if you read through the book of Acts, you'll see how he raised the bar so high. And I want to talk about that this morning in your morning cup of inspiration. What an example he is to us. If you look through the book of Acts, as Paul was on his missionary journeys, he knew everywhere he went that there was potential for suffering and abuse and issues, but that never stopped him. One time he went into a town, went to preach, literally got stoned to death, they thought, drug him outside of town. He came back into town with the other Christians. Next day, moved on to the next city. How could somebody be that focused, that determined, that dedicated? What was the attitude? What was the mindset? And I found it in Acts, the 20th chapter, 24th verse. Here's how he approached life. He says, I consider my life worth nothing to me. He did not consider his life worth anything. Could we approach life that way? That there's something more important than our own lives? He says, and here is the key, if only I may finish the race, complete the task the Lord's given to me. His total focus was finishing the race, completing God's task. What was the task? He goes on to tell us, testifying to the gospel of God's grace. Man, he raised that bar high. Man, if we could only catch that vision ourselves for our own lives, that our lives mean nothing to us but to complete the race by sharing God's grace, the story of the gospel, the story of Jesus. If that would be our sole priority, if we didn't care what happened to us, but yet every day we looked at the task of sharing the gospel with somebody. Oh, I pray you'll put that into your spirit today. I know I'm going to. I want to make my life worth nothing in comparison to knowing Christ and sharing the story of his salvation. I pray you'll do the same. God bless. Thanks for joining me for that morning cup of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.